Real Madrid is looking to sign left-back Miguel Guierrez from Girona in the coming months. The 23-year-old has established himself as one of the best left-backs in the league since leaving Real Madrid, and Los Blancos are keeping a close eye on his development. According to TBR Football, Real Madrid inserted a buyback clause into the contract when they sold Guierrez, allowing them to sign him for a fee of around £6.6 million. In the summer of 2025, league clubs such as Arsenal, Manchester United, and Liverpool are also keen on the player, and it remains unclear whether they will pursue him when the transfer window reopens in January. Guierrez has a release clause of £29 million, and all three English clubs certainly have the financial capacity to meet it. The defender may be drawn to the idea of competing in the Premier League, and the opportunity to join major clubs like Arsenal, Manchester United, or Liverpool could be hard to refuse. Real Madrid will have to make a decision about the player soon. According to journalist Graham Bailey, Arsenal has expressed interest in Miguel Guierrez, currently a Girona player. The North London club is seriously considering him as an option to strengthen their defense, especially if they part ways with Jakub Kiwior in January. Gutierrez's release clause is around £30 million, which should not pose a problem for Arsenal's management if they are determined to sign him. According to Fichajes, Manchester United is also eyeing Miguel Guierrez. The biggest obstacle for the Old Trafford club in this deal lies in the buyback clause that Real Madrid included in the contract with Girona. The transfer fee requested by the La Liga side, approximately €25 million, also gives them pause. If Manchester United cannot meet the financial requirements to sign Miguel Guierrez, they may have to turn to other possible targets like Mario Hermoso or Marcos Alonso. Miguel Guierrez has demonstrated his quality in La Liga since joining Girona from Real Madrid in 2022. He helped the Catalan team finish in the top 4, qualifying for this season's Champions League, contributing 2 goals and 7 assists in 35 appearances. Real Madrid is deeply concerned about Eder Militao. The central defender aggravated an injury during Real Madrid's 0-1 loss to Lille. Real Madrid unexpectedly lost 0-1 to Lille earlier this morning in their second group stage match of the Champions League. Jonathan David's only goal left Los Blancos disappointed. This was Real Madrid's first loss of the new season. Moreover, they suffered a significant blow to their squad. Specifically, Eder Militao picked up an injury. In the 57th minute, he was substituted off for Kylian Mbappe. According to Madrid Extra, the Brazilian player aggravated an old injury. Militao had suffered a thigh problem in the match against Atletico Madrid last weekend, initially thought to be nothing serious. However, the Real Madrid center-back experienced discomfort again during the match against Lille and asked to be substituted. Currently, the extent of Eder Militao's injury is unknown. Real Madrid's medical team is conducting thorough tests before making a final conclusion. This is not the first time Militao has had fitness issues this season, which is a significant concern for coach Carlo Ancelotti. Eder Militao and Antonio Rudiger are currently the most reliable options for the center-back position at Real Madrid. It is likely that Los Blancos will need to strengthen their squad during the winter transfer window to ensure depth. 3 takeaways from Real Madrid's loss. 1. Beware of a crisis. Before their trip to France, Real Madrid was not in the best spirits following recent events over the weekend. The controversies during the Madrid derby surely had a heavy impact on the dressing room, leaving the team emotionally and mentally drained. Not only did they concede a last-minute goal and drop points, but Carlo Ancelotti's men were also affected by disputes in the stands. Therefore, the clash against Lille was seen as a test of how the team would respond after what happened at Civitas Metropolitano. It's safe to say Real Madrid did not meet expectations. This morning, Los Blancos failed to display their usual sharpness in Europe, completely lacking creativity and inspiration in the final third. This weekend, they may face another disappointing result in their home game against Villarreal, despite having the home advantage. It is worth noting that the Yellow Submarine currently sits third in the table, just 1 point behind Real Madrid, and has only lost 1 game this season. Notably, in their last 6 encounters, Real Madrid has beaten Villarreal just twice, with 2 losses. In the coming phase, Real Madrid will face a series of tough opponents, including Borussia Dortmund, Barcelona, and AC Milan. If Ancelotti's squad continues to perform poorly, they could very well face a crisis. Second, a mediocre midfield. Despite Kylian Mbappe being in the squad, he was not fit to start due to his recent recovery from injury. As a result, coach Carlo Ancelotti opted for a 4-4-2 formation with 4 midfielders. Aurelien Tchouameni and Eduardo Camavinga played in central midfield, forming a double pivot, while Jude Bellingham and Federico Valverde operated on the wings, functioning as attacking midfielders. However, this system ultimately proved ineffective. None of the 4 midfielders brought the necessary creativity to Real Madrid's play, particularly in organizing attacks. They lacked the decisive movements and connections needed to break down Lila's solid defense. Only after Luka Modric and Arda Güler were introduced in the second half did Los Blancos look more lively. Unfortunately, it was too late by then. Third, Endrick needs to work much harder to break into the starting lineup. After an impressive Champions League debut, where he scored a stunning goal against Stuttgart, expectations for Endrick naturally rose. He even earned a spot in Real Madrid's starting lineup against Lille. However, the Brazilian striker delivered a completely different performance, leaving fans highly disappointed. Given the chance to start in place of Rodrigo, Endrick was almost invisible on the field, contributing very little to both build-up play and attacking organization. In nearly an hour of play, Endrick completed just 6 accurate passes, had 19 touches, and managed 1 shot on target. This match demonstrated that the Brazilian talent is not yet ready to become a key figure in Real Madrid's attack.